Hi, everyone. Again, this is Rich Rosenblum. I put out a couple of videos about my nursing school journey, and today this is video number 3, and this is at the peak of the uh, COVID-19 pandemic that's been plaguing the world. It's crazy out there. Respect your nurses and doctors and medical professionals because they're putting their lives on the line every day. And if you have people that aren't adhering to the guidelines, tactfully call them out. And if they are really not adhering to it, you got to call them out. You got to hold them responsible. Friends on my group chat, some of them are still dating and like hanging out in parks with a bunch of friends. These are like people in their 30s. Like I tell them straight up, dude, don't be doing that. You're going to put other people at risk. Hold your friends accountable, definitely. Well, let's get into it. So, where I left off last time was I was concerned about entering the nursing field. I was concerned about like if I was going to get a job, how soon it was going to take, the starting salary, all that stuff. I just didn't know. It was unknown to me. And then this pandemic happened. So, wow. I'm not concerned anymore about entering the nursing field or starting salary for nursing. Like, handle it. I'll handle it. Hey, it's terrible what's going on right now. Nurses not getting enough supplies, and I'm willing to want to be one of those people to support and sacrifice for my community. I'm 100% on board. So, in my experience so far, I've taken all my prerequisites. I've done anatomy and physiology 1, anatomy and physiology 2, and microbiome, all with lab. I did 12 credits in less than 3 months. So I hustled it. I really hustled it. Still, I'm working part-time, trying to do what I can. My microbiome experience through Portage was decent. The class was interesting, not as challenging as anatomy and physiology 1 or 2. The information was useful. I like more of the pathophysiology stuff, going over like the diseases and viruses. That's usually towards the end of each chapter. The labs were kind of dull. It was just not very interacting. Online classes with labs stink. I mean, you can't touch anything. There's no emotion there. There's very little interaction with the professor. And even when I would email the professor, it would be a delay. The anatomy and physiology professor was awesome. She was constantly on it. That was a much better experience. But overall, the classes managed through them, managed A's and B's. So I feel pretty confident that I'll get into the next nursing program. A couple issues that I've had, like physiologically, is I'm getting like carpal tunnel issues because I'm spending all day on my computer. My hands are hurting, and that's because of the median nerve. And it's becoming crushed, and my first 3.5 digits are getting tingly and sometimes getting numb. So I'm constantly massaging. I got to ergonomically, I got a decent mouse. I have a mouse for my left hand and my right hand. I have a decent keyboard. I've been using a lot of text to speak to text to try to reduce my typing time. But I'm kind of worried going into my next education, and I'm going to be limited in my hands. That's a limiting factor right there. So if you guys have any experience with that, let me know. I'm kind of curious if you've dealt with that at the same time. The coronavirus has also put a dent in my ability to take the TEAS exam. And I started getting even more anxious because I got done with my courses, and I'm ready to apply, and I just got to take this TEAS exam, and I'm studying every day for that. I started off studying I planned on studying for 6 weeks, and at week 3, I went in to register for the exam, paid like $120 for the exam. I'm in New Jersey right now, my parents' spot, pretty much locked down, and I paid for the exam, and then 4 days later, I get an email from the organization where I'm at the testing center in Jersey saying that they're not allowing any exams to be done. I contact who's the company, ATI, and I ask them, "Hey, what's going on? Do I get a refund with my exam?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't know. They haven't contacted us yet." And I tell them I have an email from the company saying that all the exams are canceled and we need to contact you. So what's going on? They're like, "Oh, we don't know yet. We haven't gotten notified." I wait another week and I wait another week and no response from ATI. They're doing a terrible job of trying to inform people of when their exams are canceled and what they can do to make it up and what's open. I've gotten 0 emails from them, and now I'm on week 4. Week 4 of waiting. So I contacted my credit card company, and I put chargeback, so I'm getting that money back from that exam because it's BS. It's BS. They haven't given me any information, and every time I go on to ATI to try to reserve for exam, the testing center is closed. I don't know what I can do. So I'm not going to give them my money and just have it sit there. Their customer service is not treating me with respect. So in good news, so after this whole crisis has been happening and I couldn't get into the T's, I found out that Umass Boston, because I live in Boston, is going to waive the T's to start fall 2020. So that's great. Like anxiety, like that's one thing I could check off. Also, MGH Hospital has an accelerated nursing program. They are waiving the T's as well. So those 2 programs I wanted to apply for, and I don't have to take the T's anymore. Oh, that's great. Saves me a whole bunch of time. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out with MGH. That program was much more notable. It had a better staff to student ratio. The classes were only a little bit online. They had rolling admissions, and I was told even if I had to take one more Portage class, even if I did that, I probably would make it in by the deadline before classes start May 1st. So I had to put that one on hold. So right now, I'm happy to announce I've applied. I put everything into Umass Boston's accelerated nursing program. But this worries me because their academic program is 100% online. That makes me really nervous. The clinicals are not. The clinicals are serious, like conventional clinicals where you're going to go to the hospital, a shadow a nurse and all that, get checklist items. But all of the interaction you'll have with faculty and staff, it's all pre-recorded. Nothing is live. So that makes me really nervous. It's just like taking Portage classes. It makes me nervous. I'll be paying $40,000 for that education. And I can go to the study hall and I could most likely go to campus and talk with professors. But that's not built in versus a traditional nursing program where you're there, you're present, you get a chance to network, get energy from the interaction with others, have study groups with other students. Umass Boston's program, I'm a bit worried it's not going to provide me the strongest education that I need. But I'm also in a position where I don't have much choice but to apply for them. They've accepted all my prerequisites, and I only had to take 3 courses. I didn't even have to take the T's. Is it the best bet, or should I continue to take more prerequisite classes? And there's a train coming behind me, so I hope you can hear me. I'm going to move inside. So I'm a bit worried about UMass Boston. That's going to provide me the strongest education that I can possibly have, just because all those classes are online. I'm not going to have the same networking availability and educational opportunities versus a traditional nursing program. The program is only 12 months, which is great. So I can study at my own pace, well, at an accelerated pace. So that's where I am now. Talk to you guys about what's going on with the T's, with ATI, MGH. Unfortunately, not going to work out. My Umass Boston dilemma. Right now, I'm stuck in Jersey with my parents' house. Thinks I'm like 34 years old, just trying to figure things out. I want to start school as fast as possible because right now I'm teaching online fitness classes, just waiting for the next big thing to happen. I'm so hungry. I am so hungry to enter the field and just try to be a role model, try to be a caregiver, and move on with my life for the next step. And I'm hamstrung right now. I feel like I have handcuffs on, like we all do. So I want to hear about your struggle. What's anything good happening in your lives right now? What anything you've accomplished during this pandemic? Provide some feedback too. I'm open to anything. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're interested in take one of my group fitness classes one day, check out burnfitstudios.com. I'll post it in the comments section. Thanks, guys.